Welcome back. We're still in conversation with Vivek Gupta of United Breweries. Vivek, what do you quantify or what do you see as the revenue mix for your organization, say 5 years from now, geographically, state-wise, and say, premium, mass, and the new brands that you have?
I think our goal is to drive the category growth year on year. The size of the category should be much bigger than what it should be there.
So it's 450 crore cases right now?
Yeah.
How much do you expect it to be?
I think our goal is to get this to a 600 to 700 crore category. So we need to also make sure that the production is lined up by the players to do that.
Have you lined up any production? Because currently you are nearly double the other two players when it comes to factory presence, when it comes to presence in all the states, etc. as well. Have you lined up any capex?
So while we have the highest number of breweries, there are some states where we are full on capacity.
Right.
Like whatever we produce, we can sell. So we have plans on expanding capacity in states like Telangana is one state where we have
low gross margin market.
And that's why we are working with the government on viability of the business, but at the same time the potential is huge.
Got it.
We are also looking at states like West Bengal, where we don't have premium presence.
Very low. Yeah.
Very low, to really improve our production capacity, because whatever we have, we produce and we sell that. We are looking at states like Madhya Pradesh, to where we don't have our own factory. We are really looking at, and our shares are very low. We are only 15 share in Madhya Pradesh versus 50 share in the country.
Right.
So we are working with our local partners, but we are also looking at options to invest and expand.
Do you have a budget on how much you are looking at in terms of capacity investment?
Look, we have a very aggressive plan. I can only tell you that right now my issue is not how much money I need. My issue is the ability to execute the money I have. Because every change in the brewery, even to repair or maintenance, you need excise approval. Our plan is to invest at least 2x to 3x of the capital what we have invested in the last 2 to 3 years. You can do the math.
All right. Andhra, how much did that account for your overall volumes in the earlier regime? And now that their earlier regime is back, how much do you expect to get from here?
At the peak of the season and versus what we do 1/3 of what we were doing at the peak.
Okay.
Season. But I know that we don't want to be lethargic about it. We don't want to be complacent about it.
So Andhra can be 3x of...
Oh yeah, I think it can be 3x of our current potential. But we can't be complacent. We really need to make sure.
How much is Andhra as a proportion of your volumes, even at 1x right now?
I would say 3%, 4%, 2 to 3%. So it can be a substantial increase.
So it can be about 6-7%. While everyone else grows and Andhra grows at a substantial pace from here.
Substantial pace on this. So we right now are making sure that we have the right portfolio. We are making sure that we work with the government, because one of the biggest issue in Andhra is from old regime, you call it, or old time to new time, the taxation has increased significantly on beer.
Okay.
In fact, the net realization is lowest for us in Andhra. So even the taxes are heavier than some of the other states.
Why is it that beer is taxed at par with spirits when alcohol proportion in beer is a lot lower? And all the alcohol is taxed on the volume basis, where beer is a lot lighter. Why is it that has happened?
I'm asking the same question. Thank you for being, I'm confused why is that. I actually think I would put the blame on us. Probably we as a company and as a beer industry, we haven't, have advocated for this taxation.
But has no state ever tried doing it on the proportion of alcohol? I remember Haryana putting out something.
So there are a couple of states who did it, and they can see the different level of growth rate.
There?
I have seen that there are states where beer growth, when the taxes was more in line with the part, is significantly higher than what was not there. And when the taxation has increased, say in Maharashtra,
right,
for example, in the last few years, and the delta has increased between beer and spirits, the category has slowed down significantly as compared to what it used to be.
Globally, Heineken has earmarked India as one of their priority markets. Is it the priority market in the region? Is it the priority market in the world? Given their optimism, I'm sure they would like to, up the ante in India.
As you mentioned, for Heineken globally, India is, if not the most important, but amongst the top 3 priority countries in the world. So it is definitely on that radar.
Are they willing to up their stake further?
I don't know that investing in India is only about upping the stake,
apart
but
from
it's about the
investing in
capability to
India.
to really do that. I think our focus is to the investments which have been there. There is definitely a return for those investments to start with, but also continuously invest in growing the category. We are very confident that there is a global support. The Amstel Grande is a great example.
Right.
Heineken Silver, which has done extremely well in Southeast Asia, China, and one of the growth story. We are expanding Heineken Silver. Right. We recently opened up our plant on producing Heineken in Karnataka. We are further going to expand the footprint of Heineken brand in the country.
Earlier in the many conversations that we had, you said Heineken is very underpenetrated. We want Heineken's contribution to increase. So where are we on that?
So I think first of all, we are producing locally in Heineken in 4 locations. Yes. And we have just started launch in Karnataka. We have a very good footprint in Goa, Maharashtra, Mumbai, and we are also planning to expand the footprint.
Okay.
The growth rate on Heineken Silver in Goa is 67%.
Got it.
So it's definitely growing very, very fast.
But it's on a very small base as well. Right?
Yeah, but we have a sizable share now of Heineken in the states where we have launched. It continues to grow. It's one of our big bet in the premium segment. So as I talked, as we have aspiration to be the market leader on premium and to have premium as almost 20 to 25% of our business.
Right.
The Amstel, Heineken, and our domestic premium brands Ultra and Ultra Max will play a significant
So if
role
you
on that.
had to break down that 20% into how much should come from Heineken, how much do you expect from Amstel, how much do you expect from your local brands already, how would that be? 50% from local brands, 5%?
I think it would be around 60-40 because
60
Ultra,
from the local and
Ultra and Ultra Max are doing extremely well.
Yes.
They have been in the country for more than 10 years. And then, as I said, Amstel and Heineken, they will fight for the which will be the biggest brand. But I think our Amstel footprint will be faster than our Heineken footprint.
And Amstel will be produced locally as well?
Yeah, absolutely. In our current breweries, we have the technology to produce Amstel.
Could you share some experience in the past where you believe that you made a serious difference for one to understand the resilient sterner stuff?
Look, I think it's not it's a difficult experience. It's a lot of a learning experience.
Right.
I'm a father of a special need autistic child. Right. And I think we are very blessed to have him. And I think it was a great experience as a parent because it changed your life. Because you have, when you have special need kids, right, you really need to make them, really work with them so they are successful. But at the same time, it gives you a lot of patience, resilience, priorities, on what you do and what you don't do. And I think to me, that has been one of the things which has really made us better people. Right. And what are the things to chase and what are the things not to chase.
Very personal to me as well, and I completely relate with that. My own brother is a special child, so obviously I completely connect with what you are talking about out here, how they make you a lot better as people. And I'm jealous of you for one thing. You've met Roger Federer twice?
Yeah, I have. It was in Australia when thanks to P&G when I was in. He was one of the ambassador for Gillette.
Wow.
And we did organize a couple of events with him. I have a privilege of actually with one of my colleagues to actually drop diapers. For Mika when they came to Australia. We were selling Pampers. He's a fantastic person, a huge role model.
And when was the second time you met him?
Again in the Australian Open, and he remembered when we met him first time. So he invited to actually join for his final game as well.
That's incredible. What song do you think would describe you best?
Yeah, I would say a couple of them. I think one is my favorite was Don't Worry, Be Happy. And then the second one was during my young days during school days was Kadam Kadam Badhaye Ja, Khushi Ke Geet Gaye Ja, Ye Zindagi Hai Kaum Ki Kaum Pe Lutaye Ja. So I think
you want to sing that as we end the show?
No, I think
Vivek, thank you so much. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.